Entertainment for One, E for One podcast. Let's just jump right into it. I'm Anthony AP. Before we go any further, make sure you like this video, but I also would love for you to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. This video right here is specifically focusing on what visually some of the freakiness that was going on at these freak off parties, at these white freak off parties. And a lot of celebrities was at these parties. You already know this, but let's just focus on some of the words, the context of what Diddy basically years ago was describing all of the freakiness that was being partaken in at his white parties.
A lot of ladies drink water at parties. If you don't have what they need, they're going to leave.
Right.
Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors. It's a little kinky, but rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning. No. Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
Goddamn, mama, come on, Jack.
Sean Combs basically said everything you needed to know right there about how he kept the doors at these freak off parties locked so that no women or men, because we know Sean Combs went both ways, and that he really was into men more than he was into women. But he clearly states it right there about he has to keep these doors locked so no one can escape. That therefore goes into what is in the reports, the official Homeland Security reports and the FBI, the government reports about how these freak-off parties would last for days and no one would be able to leave. So this is basically Sean Combs coming out and saying himself that he would keep women and men hostage at his parties for days and for hours. He even mentioned in the clip I just played you about how he has to keep these women and men liquored up. He has to keep it flowing. And he basically was saying that water doesn't do the trick. If you listen closely and look at his face when he says it, he's basically Sean Combs, Diddy, is coming out and saying, listen, I got to keep these people drugged at my parties. It's just crazy how these videos from years ago are resurfacing. And Sean Combs was telling us in front of our faces the whole time, but we thought he was joking. We thought he was bullshitting. So we didn't take it serious. Now it's time to take it serious because this man is locked up. This man is literally going through withdrawals right now as I speak because he can't get a hold of his drugs while he's in jail. There's been reports that Sean Combs is not eating. As we all know, he's on suicide watch. He's a junkie. He is literally like a shaken dope fiend. He is like Pookie from New Jack City.
I be smoking.
Even Sean Combs' rival, his enemy, Suge Knight, was just on a television show less than not even 24 hours ago, admitting some of the shenanigans that was going on at these white freak-off parties. Suge Knight not only called them butt-naked parties, but Suge also disclose some key information here, y'all. You got to be paying attention. Suge Knight said that there were high-ranking members of, shall I say, the cloth, members of the clergy, highly successful ministers and preachers that were at these Diddy freak-off white parties.
Have you ever been to any puffy parties? But if you haven't been in those butt-naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody to have come real quick or something. But I wasn't there, but there's proof of it.
Before I get up out of here, let's take a look at these flicks real quick of the white party, or shall I say the white / freak off parties. As you can clearly see, we have two ladies getting it in the pool right here. It's blurred out, so you can clearly see that they're indulging in some kind of sexual situation and some highly sensual, seductive sexual act, which is just wild. Then you could actually see Diddy right here pouring the champagne on these two girls, getting it in. This is all right in front of groups of people. As you can see, the people mingling in the background, and Puffy is just lacing these women in champagne. highly successful actors, musicians, and entertainers were at these parties. As you can see, comedian Chevy Chase right here, he looks like he's about to cop something illegal from this guy right here in the sunglasses. You could tell he has his hands out. Is this a transaction, a drug transaction going on here, y'all? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Diddy right here coming out of it looks like a room with his shirt off. He looks like he just got through finished freaking off. And then as you can see, some of the very highly successful people here that attended these parties. We have Regis Philbin. We have Leonardo DiCaprio. We have, it looks like Jerobi from A Tribe Called Quest. I mean, this whole situation is just crazy. And then the final picture I want to show y'all right here is of Sean Combs posing with some bus boys. It looks like some champagne boys, some waiters at the parties. Could these be escort men? Could these be 3 escort men that were at the freak off parties right here? Sean Combs is posing with them. I mean, they look like they have a look on their face like there's some escorts posing as some bus boys, giving everybody at the white party, the freak off party, the champagne. I don't know. You let me know. That guy right there in the front on the left looks real suspect. He doesn't even want to look at the camera. And even the man in the middle right there with the shaggy hair, he's posted up next to Puffy kind of close. He got that little weird Pee Wee Herman smile on his face. I don't know what's going on. Y'all let me know. Hit the comment section up. You've been watching, you've been listening to the E for One podcast. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe.